Theme song will play, and then we can get started. There we go.
Everybody riot, organized chaos, nobody quiet. We gon' try a seance. Communication and communion with the world's greatest icon. Station as a human, yet he's listening to my song. Hype John, this that no nigga with the bass and the bang, make it do. Yo, hit you with the 5 elements, like 5 elephants. Let him know I'm relevant, I'm heaven sent, telling him we're from a whole nother galaxy. I'm actually born from the static sea. Ass to be crazy, I'm trying to be amazing. Next big thing kinda has a nice ring. Bada boom, bada bing. You love it when I go off when it's
All right, what is up, everybody? We are live on the roundtable here on HamiltonRadio.net channel HR2. I am your host, John Brecco, and I am super excited for this one because we've actually got a fellow Hamilton Radio show on with us. It's been forever since I've been able to do this. Before we get to them, I want to get to the comics that are here. Rock Allen is here with his fucking mic off. I don't know what the hell is going on. You good, brother?
Yeah, man, my wife was giving me a dinner update. You don't mind, do you? I gotta fucking eat.
Hey, man, we're both a bunch of fat motherfuckers. I completely understand. It's all good.
Eat for yourself.
Man.
Calm
We've
down
also
with
got
wheat.
Trisha Finley here stopping by to help guest host. How are you?
Hi. How are you?
Am I the only? I just want to ask. Am I the only one? Because we were talking about farming accidents for some reason with Mr. Virginia Boy Rock Allen. I was kind of thinking something happened to him. Was I the only one? If that's just me, that's perfectly fine.
It seems like he was speaking from past experience.
Yeah, right. Like farming accident was very specific earlier, wasn't it?
The devil's in
Holy
the
shit.
details, man.
All right, I got you. We've got them here to guest host, and like I said, we've got a fellow Hamilton radio show on with us. They are on Wednesdays from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. You should definitely go check them out tomorrow if you get the chance. We got My Sports Radio, John Entle, Dan Mercado here. What's up?
Woo!
Both got the fresh jackets, chains, hats on. How are we feeling? You guys look good. You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm not even going to pretend. I'm sitting in my garage with my jacket on. It's freezing. It's about 18 degrees. So the jacket may look good, but I'm freezing my balls off. So, yeah, the jacket's definitely not for show. That's for sure.
Probably didn't even get a chance to close the door before the show either.
Facts.
Just getting every last bit of that fucking wind chill. Dan, are you warmer?
Oh, I'm phenomenal. I'm in my home office with my full background.
I was gonna say, bro, we're a couple of big dudes, so we'll make it work, right?
You know what it is, bro. I'm skinnily layered.
Hey, I like how you said it. You got your jacket on when you wake up, right?
That's right, brother.
That's why every day above ground is a good day, because we just wake up fucking warm for no reason.
That's what it is.
We wake up so warm they would think we had COVID.
Or we do one or the other.
Dan, you want to know how fat I am, brother? I got to tell you this real quick.
How fat are you?
I'm so fat I could be my own airbag when I drive. And that's some
Holy
shit.
I mean, that could save you some money in the long run, bro. I mean,
Yeah, right? It's multi-purpose.
The Gecko commercial.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I would take that. But, like I said, I'm very, very excited to have you guys here. This is the first actual conversation, I guess face-to-face, I guess we could say, is the first time me and you guys have been able to talk. So I've been around Hamilton Radio now for, close to 4 years. I started with them, January 2017 interning. I started this show back in July, and I've seen it change a lot over the years. Ruben can attest to this. Back when I started here, we had Animal House on the air. I remember when Buddha Radio was back on here when I started. We had all kinds of different shows on the air. The only day that I don't think really changed is Tuesdays, because we still got Jerry on with us. Danny's still here. I've been here for 3 years and change. But, I've seen all the rest of the days change as I've been here. So the first thing that I want to ask both of you guys is, how did you really get in touch with Hamilton Radio in the first place? Before we even go into, anything sports related. And Trisha tells us, she just goes into the park to find a jock or a chess player with big glasses for a sugar daddy.
John, I'll let you take it.
Nothing wrong with a sugar daddy, but
Oh, absolutely not.
so she's a smart woman. So I mean, for me, it's I was during the pandemic. I was home. I know Sal Angeletti with Talking Baseball, and Sal was on Hamilton Radio on Tuesdays. He was doing some things with some local businesses around the area, and he knew about my sports memorabilia business, which I have behind me. So, he's like, "Hey, call in. You could talk about your business, talk about baseball." He ended up having me on for about an hour. Messaged me after and was like, "Listen, man, you're great. You were great on the radio. Super interactive with what we were doing. The people were responding to you. If you'd like to come down to the studio." And obviously, like right in the middle of the pandemic last year, nobody really knew what was what. Nobody knew. Can you go near people? Can you what the protocols are? You're in a studio.
Yeah.
Do we wear a mask? I don't know. So, I was pretty humbled by it. I went down to the studio and a Hamilton Radio, and I sat with the guys and we did the show. And like a quarter of the way through the show, my mom's actually out in Cali and I had the mask on, and she's like, "Listen, you're socially distancing. Like, don't be an idiot your whole life. Take the mask off. We can't hear you." So, some great advice from Mama Duke's always humbling me in some sort of way. So, so I took the mic off. I took the face mask off, and a lot of people, it was really good. Right after the show, Sal was like, "John, we'd love to have you join us." And it was always a passion. I ended up sort of trying to find my own way halfway through. Daniel Mercado and I, he's a buddy of mine. He was a client of mine in my business.
Okay.
I met him a couple times, but super upbeat guy. Couldn't be more different than I am, but more the same at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So we look totally different. We talk totally different. We come from different backgrounds. We're totally different people, but we're dads. We're married. We love our kids. We love our wives. We love our lives. So it's sort of like we just feel blessed. And I was sort of a little bit depressed at that time, and I hit him up and out of nowhere, and I was like, "Dan, you just have really good vibes, man. You're kind of upbeat all the time, and I think I need that in my life right now. So as you can see, he's just a goofy motherfucker, and
oh hell yeah, I can see it already.
And he really is. He's one of a kind, and he came on the show. And super uplifting. And that was it. From there on out, he's been part of the show. And it's been great, man. It's been a great ride so far. Thank God.
Yeah. Bro, he hasn't said a fucking word on this show yet. And, I can barely keep a straight face just looking at this man.
I'm holding it in. I tried to let John.
Don't cry. You're a crier. Don't do it.
It's so beautiful the things you say about me. You love me.
I've been trying to hold it back for ages, and I just can't anymore. I'm talking like Rock now. I apologize.
No,
Rock, I sound like
on the show,
Rock.
man.
I just want to. Rock, I'm sorry. I sound like I got in a farming accident.
I think you'd be a couple of steps higher.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd sound like that, brother.
Farming accidents.
No, but I mean, let me ask you this. Since you talked about being depressed like before the show, do you feel like teaming up with Dan, putting all the sports shows together that you guys do, and you guys go for 2 hours straight? Ruben brag every time me and Ruben have talked about you guys, he never fails to bring that up. Do you feel like that's helped you a lot? Hold on, I can't hear him.
You all right? Is he on pause?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
You're on pause, not us.
I'm on pause.
No, Dan is, not you.
Oh, okay.
I can hear him fine.
Oh, answer the question already, damn it.
No, I think it helps out a lot. John and I usually get together like an hour beforehand if we can, or the day before. We'll trade notes on the kind of content we want to put out that day, depending how froggy we're feeling. We jump into it, but most of the time, we try to we try to keep some of the show fresh, so the up and back conversation is like spontaneous more and a little more genuine.
Yeah.
I love to argue with him. I love to argue. So I think that makes it fun. Right, John?
Yo, hold on. I gotta ask. Do you?
I think you're number one, too, pal.
Yo, I gotta ask, bro. Do you disagree with this man a lot? How often do y'all disagree?
I don't know. Every 5 minutes.
How do you say everything in every language?
Yo, honestly though, that is the best kind of sports debate show you can have. You shouldn't have somebody on that you agree with even a little bit, because I feel like you have the best back and forths that way when, you guys can just make your points, say your piece. And honestly, it's just a beautiful thing. And I think that's the best way sports shows work, honestly.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. I agree. I think sometimes it's a little I think sometimes you'll see shows and you think it's a little forced, You're watching and it's like as if they're straining to find some sort of content to either agree or disagree with. For us, I just think we find a really holistic way to piss each other off frequently. So it works really, really well. I think it starts, right from the cafe. Before we get into the studio, we sort of push each other's buttons. We walk in and just carry those real good vibes next to each other until the point where he gets me to melt down on the show, and then everyone laughs, and that's it.
Yeah, haven't even melted down yet. Trish is already laughing.
Oh my God.
I'm trying not to, because I feel like at any moment Dan's gonna have something to say, so I'm not gonna let myself get there yet. That's all.
You see,
Dan now. So I mean, we might as well just start arguing.
Listen, Dan's got an ear poking out like this. If he were me, he'd be putting the hair back and everything. Like, well,
dude,
hold on, what?
Have that kind of hair.
John,
his hair on my head, and I can do the.
John, I fucking love you right now. The fact that you pointed out that this guy's bald with no hair, bro, I love you so much, dude. Good for you, man. Good for you.
Got a sports question for you, gentlemen.
Talk to us, brother.
What's the over-under of how many times John's going to touch his hair tonight?
Oh, no. Is the show an hour or 2 hours?
It's an hour. 44. You got 45 minutes now.
I'm gonna say he's got another 34 times.
Oh no, I think it's
you're lowballing it.
Wow.
I think
you might be lowballing it. Yeah, hold on. How many from Dan?
10 times a minute, easily.
10 times a minute.
20 times in the last minute.
Did you actually count? Holy shit.
Yeah, I noticed dumb shit.
Yeah, you know what? He counted every time my hand had to readjust. He was adding all the finger movements in there. Like he was paying attention to detail. I'm actually a little bit concerned right now.
He's just saying what everyone else says. What the fuck is this dude doing?
Yeah, because I just don't want it to get to a point, where Dan's lifting up his, hat again, and he's just like, huh. Because I could feel it a little bit when he took off the hat. Dad's in here looking like a skinned potato and shit.
You already like that.
I love this guy already, bro. By the way, this is.
I like him too, John. He's way funnier than you. Maybe I can bring him on the show.
If I would have known that this was a roast Daniel Mercado night, bro, I'd have brought some popcorn, man. Dude, I would have asked John to have more people on, honestly.
Yo, hold on. I gotta ask Trisha this. Really quick. So I actually have been thinking about putting a roast together, and I think the person that we should roast, and this question could be for Rock too, because Rock knows who I'm talking about. The person that we should roast is Josh. Him and his
shit out of him.
Bro, him and his fucking curly Q mustache. Holy shit.
Oh my God.
He's got like a rolling fingers kind of mustache.
Yeah. Bro,
hey.
I swear to you, this dude looks like Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Your birthday show, right? Your birthday show.
This dude looks like Super Mario after a crack binge. It's pretty sad.
Oh my God.
Your phone died after your birthday show. And
It did, and then my laptop died, and you guys were still going.
Dude, we went in on Josh for over an hour, and to the point where he was getting mad and almost left.
No.
Wow.
Pushed it too far. You pushed it too far.
No, it didn't go nowhere. So it wasn't too far.
Yeah, no, honestly, Rock fell asleep at midnight, and the rest of us stayed there till like 2, 3 in the morning. I took some time and went in late to work the next day. Yeah, no, it was a fun show, and that was probably the best part of it was after. I just enjoyed it. Yo, because everybody decided to roast me for my birthday, and then I just went in a line on my screen.
Nice.
Like, just went at everybody. Like, you just went down the line. It was almost like I had a straw in my nose, and I was just going for it.
It was like a toddler.
Trisha knows. That's basically Trisha. That's basically the impression of me roasting everybody that night.
That was it, basically.
You know what? I
absolutely.
Listen. I'm 26. I absolutely deserve that. I have to pay for health care soon. Okay, I deserve it tonight.
Oh, you poor thing. I feel so bad for you right now.
Tough life, man.
I see the middle finger right there.
Tough life.
I feel so bad for you. Don't make me get my nose.
But I do want to make sure.
5 minutes ago, let alone when I was 26.
Dude, okay, whoever bet like 30 something, he's already at like 65 right now with the freaking hand touching thing.
I call 170.
We're 70. See, I lost count. See, somebody's counting.
170.
170.
See, I think you might want to, lessen it a little bit because you're going to make John more and more sad. He only said 34. I see him looking down at his phone already.
No. I'm definitely
5 minutes of this started.
They're normally much better at betting.
I was thinking about putting some gloves on my hands. That's how cold I am.
Listen. You know what this is like? This is like the Super Bowl when the Chiefs got blown out this year. That's exactly what this is like. It's the same thing.
I love it. I'm all in on that. Tom Brady all day, every day.
Bro, honestly, were you? I gotta know, how surprised were you when you finished watching the Super Bowl?
I wasn't surprised at all. I had them winning. I had them winning by 10. Yeah. So
okay.
There's a general rule of thumb in this household. You never bet against Tom Brady ever.
That's true.
The guy is. I mean, listen. He's 43-year-old man with a dad bod, a supermodel wife. He runs super slow. He's pretty much like me. Really, he plays in NFL. He gives me hope. I look at him and I'm like, dude, I feel like I see guys like this in the grocery store all the time. If Tom could do this, I could do anything. So
Tom doesn't talk to people from his garage, dude.
No. How do you know?
The new dad bod the new Jesus of the dad bods.
The only person that Tom Brady would talk to from his garage is Peyton Manning. He sure as hell wouldn't talk to Bill Belichick from his garage.
Hey man, you guys never know. You never know.
Hey, honestly though, there's a point where you just kind of have to applaud what's going on. I'm not saying I would fuck him faster than Trisha like John Entle clearly would, but he was like, he gives me hope.
Wow.
You know what? Honestly, a lot of guys like him, I can respect this because they'll admit it. They'll just admit it. And you know what? I can respect the fact that he's just willing to admit it. And I gotta know.
You get zero argument from me. Go ahead.
Dan, were you surprised?
I was not surprised, but I totally.
Oh my God, you're so full of shit, dude. Come on already.
Only
want to riding the Chiefs dick so hard all season. Stop already, bro. Come on.
I like watching my marriage fall.
Come on. Next. He's already lying. Next. He's already lying. Next.
Honestly, you're right, Trisha. This dude is, bro. I feel like he's burying his shit already. Like you know how a dog just marks their territory when they're done.
Yes.
I hate Tom Brady with a passion, bro. I'll always go against Tom Brady. I hate Tom Brady with a passion. I'm a big Jets fan, bro.
Why? Okay, that's why. That's why all the misery he put you through for 20 years. That's what it is.
Absolutely. I cannot, and still putting me through it.
Bro, I knew Tampa had it in the bag when the Chiefs had the offensive line issues they had.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
There was no bro. Honestly, some of the throws that Patrick Mahomes made, that was damn near miracle work as it was. There's no, I've never seen a quarterback make a diving throw before. All right, because I'm an Eagles fan, right? And I remember when Carson Wentz was actually good. So I've been through a lot of misery since then. We won't get too much into that because this is my fucking show. But
good for you. Good for you.
That man is a fucking bum. I swear to God. I was so angry all season. And then the shit that Doug Peterson did in the last game. Oh. When I saw Sudfeld come in, I thought he deserved some reps. I wanted to vomit. Like, what was that? Nate Sudfeld is the antithesis of Tom Brady. Like, holy shit. Like, for every Tom Brady, there's a Nate Sudfeld. You want to know what I don't understand about Tom Brady, though? He's beating some of the best quarterbacks of all time in the Super Bowl, and then he loses to Eli Manning and Nick Foles. I will never understand that. No, like I'm not saying it out of like hate. It's just something that I genuinely don't understand. You get because you get the backups in there and the mediocre starter at best, and then you beat Kurt Warner, Patrick Mahomes. You beat who do they?
Ryan.
Yeah, Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's a great quarterback. The guy's won so many fucking Super Bowls. I can't even say how many. See. The difference is I can say the backup. So John, it's okay if you still want to put Tom Brady's dick in your mouth. It's all right.
I bet you it tastes vegan.
It probably does, Ron.
You just got a grass-fed cock.
You know. You know what I will say? I think Tom Brady would, as good as Tom Brady is at football, I think he would get into a farming accident faster than anybody. Like
you still haven't learned yet. He'd jump on the tractor and he'd be the greatest fucking farmer ever to do it. You don't get it yet, guys. You don't get it yet. You don't fucking get it yet. You don't get it yet. You're obviously, I don't know what you're watching, but everything that, come on, guys. Dude, the guy drinks avocado vodka. Enough's enough. He's the best. It's a wrap.
Avocado vodka. Oh, fucking Christ. Avocado vodka. I feel like that would look like Trish's shirt. What is he? What is avocado vodka?
Couple brown spots in the avocado.
This man thinks he would get on a tractor and would be so good at farming. He would get his wife Giselle to sing she thinks my tractor's sexy by Kenny Chesney. I can't even keep a straight face and say that.
It's a
I got a question about the camouflage cutoff T-shirt, Trish.
Oh God!
Did you escape from a woman's prison in a '70s B movie?
I did. There's actually a women's prison right here in New Fairfield, not far from my house. Well,
like
they
honestly,
can't cuff me anymore because I keep coming up with random safe words.
I know. That's just a terrible thing to do.
Whatever.
Oh my God! Why would you do that? That's like if Tom Brady was coming up with safe words for John Entle. Like, come on now.
Who does that?
Avocado vodka. You're pushing too hard.
Why would you do that to that poor bastard at that point?
My wife's got the same safe word that she's always used, which is just quit it.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
Oh fuck! But hold on, we gotta talk about this. John Entel is a Cowboys fan.
Ah fuck. There's always one pussy in the group. I thought I was the only pussy here tonight, John.
He's
we have a male pussy here.
After everything he said about Tom Brady.
Fuck,
like,
Cowboys.
Oh my God! Listen. He's saying bring it right now because they're about to get rid of Dak Prescott. He knows what's coming.
There is nothing that can be said that will waver me here. The Cowboys are, for better or worse, America's team. Nothing you could say about it. Okay. The Cowboys franchise is worth the most in all of sports. It's a fact, according to Forbes.
That's a fact.
So, okay. And whether or not I like him, love him, hate him, Jerry Jones, which the next time the Cowboys win a Super Bowl is when that guy is 6 feet under. He loves his team. He puts his own money into the organization. He doesn't ask the city to help him at all, like every other deadbeat owner does. So he paid $2.2 billion out of his own pocket, out of the love for his team. So it's tough for me to hate on it because when I grew up watching the Cowboys, they were winning Super Bowls. I fell in love with the team. I'm not going to jump off of them because they suck. You ride it out and you hope it comes back. It is what it is.
He's got to stay out of the business. He's got to stay out of the football negotiations and processes. You got to keep it. That guy pisses us fucking more than anybody.
The guy he thinks that he's still in the 90s. I mean, you have to see he's pulled back his face so many times at this point with surgery.
Oh my God, are you kidding?
The guy still thinks he's trading Herschel Walker for Emmitt Smith. He's got no fucking idea where he is. When he talks to the media, he's shot. I think he's called Ezekiel Elliott, Emmitt Smith at times. He thinks Dak Prescott is Troy. He's no fucking idea. So I just got to roll. I have to roll with the punches. I can't jump off the bandwagon. You know what I mean? Like it's my team. And by the way, Trisha, what team do you like?
The fifth, because it ain't the fucking Cowboys.
So okay.
All right, what team is it?
I'm actually. I grew up watching baseball, and then when I started getting into football, I started really getting into the Giants.
Okay.
So you would consider yourself a Giant.
I also have a lot of respect for the Jets too. Believe it or not, I have respect for the Jets, but I love the Giants.
I don't know where the respect is.
That's a love hate.
It speaks volumes. It speaks volumes about someone's character when they have respect for the Jets. It speaks volumes. You're a saint, apparently. Motherfucking Teresa over here.
You want to talk about character? You know what? Dan Mercado is smiling right now with the New York Knicks jersey on.
That's right.
And the Jets jersey behind him.
That's right.
And he's still finding reasons to smile. That is a man with character, sir. Yeah. I appreciate. I've been depressed all season. We won a Super Bowl 3 years ago. I cried. People tipped cars over in Philly. I just got a cheesesteak, but that's neither here nor there. I was happy with the cheesesteak because I'm fat. But I appreciate your character. You're smiling over the fact that they're under 500, and I appreciate your positivity.
Over 500,
almost over. I love how he added both of them. Just to make it better.
Over 500.
By the way, Dan is a very small gambling degenerate, right? So Dan likes to cash checks with his mouth about his sports teams that he can never cash.
Bro, I made one bet with you.
You made a couple based on and by the way, the premise of his bets were all based on the Jets performing on the football field, which is a fucking joke. So he's
absolutely right on that.
This is why he's actually my co-host. You see what I'm dealing with? He's wearing a Knicks jersey and he has a Jets jersey behind him and he smiles. He's too dumb to be upset. I love him.
Is that a Mets hat on your head?
No, it's not a Mets hat. It's a Vince Scully hat.
But he is a Mets fan. He is.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm a Mets fan. Jets, Knicks, glutton for punishment.
No, I gotta tell you this though. I've never been huge on baseball, but I am a Mets fan by association because my aunt was a Mets fan, and the first sports memory I ever have is watching the 2000 World Series when they played the Yankees. So,
Legendary.
I'm a Mets fan by association. I'm suffering in baseball with you, brother.
Appreciate it.
I'm suffering with you.
Also a Mets fan.
I am a Mets fan.
But yeah, man. John invites me on his show like the first day. I had no idea I was going to be on this show again, by the way, right? He asked me like the next time to stay on the show. So I go on there. I said the craziest shit on there.
Hold on.
Yeah, you're crazy, John. No problem. The Jets are going to win the Super Bowl, buddy. It was fucking awful. It was terrible. I had so much fun, though. I came back the next week. Little did I know he was going to keep bringing this up every fucking week. You know what you sound like, Dan? You sound like a typical Cowboys fan. Let me show you what color my thong is. The color of Tom Brady's skin. That's what the color of it is.
Hey.
No, hold on. Before you make your comment, I just want to say you were absolutely right about Jerry Jones' face. He's wearing that harder than the Joker wears his face. He's wearing his face fucking hard as hell. He looks like he takes it off at night and puts it on in the morning.
He does.
Like he starts by dressing himself with his face.
100%.
Hey, Dan.
He brushes his teeth before he puts his face on because he doesn't want to get on there at this point. All those fucking wrinkles, he won't get all of it out. You know he can't hold his hand steady.
Oh no, waiting for John to chill with the same Joker joke.
I'm sorry.
Next time John talks about Dallas being America's team, you might want to point out that America's full of diabetic, obese people that do horrible things in minorities that can't figure out how to vote properly.
Oh, boy. Oh, I love it. Yo, if it makes you feel any better, Rock is a Vikings fan. We're all up Shit's Creek here.
Yeah.
Every last one of us blue chunks.
Oh, everybody. That's awesome.
You know what's crazy here? We were supposed to have another guy on, but he was having technical difficulties. He does a podcast called Daily Dose of Woods. His name is Joseph Downey. He's the only one who actually is a fan of a team that was good this year, and I don't think they're going to be good for much longer.
Who?
Because it's the Saints. Drew Brees is probably going to retire. I mean, he's got a deal lined up with NBC, so if it's not coming this year, it's coming soon.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
He's going to be right there with us eventually. This was his last good year. He could have got his gloating in, and he missed his chance because of his shitty internet connection, and I almost feel bad.
This is probably going to be par for the course soon. This news update, breaking news. Being a Cowboys fan now is racist. Lock it in. You're racist.
That's it. You know what's crazy? That's coming from a Virginia boy too, talking about farming accidents and shit.
Yeah. You know what? I can get a farming accident and rip my dick off, but you're fucking racist. You like the Cowboys. Figure it out. Right, 2 + 2 = 5, bitches.
That's good. That's gonna be the next reason people find to hate on the Cowboys.
I can't wait. I thought that's the bomb he was gonna drop just now, but I finished the sentence for you. Don't worry.
Are you guys gonna draft another wide receiver in the first round?
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping we draft. I'm hoping the first 2 rounds we take wide receivers. Eventually the wide receivers can also play offensive line, and maybe they can play defense. You never know. You might strike gold. So eventually something's got to catch on. Whatever. Take 2 more. Fuck it.
Rock. I'm gonna need the Cowboys to chill with that because we're gonna need a wide receiver for all the aging veterans we got on this team.
I heard you guys are cutting Alshon coming up.
Yeah,
I mean,
honestly,
availability, and he's not healthy. He can't stay healthy.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. You want to know what the crazy thing was when they benched Carson Wentz. That was the only time I started hearing Alshon Jeffrey's name all season. Like, he got a couple of touchdown passes. I'm like, where the fuck has this man been?
Stealing money. He was
in the training
money.
room. It was in the training room all year.
He's going to retire.
Bro, he hasn't been the same since he dropped that pass against the Saints. Ever since he dropped that pass against the Saints, it's just been it's been downhill. But
I mean, listen, these guys, you know how it is with these athletes, man. It's most of the time, the first 4 or 5 years before they get that max contract, you pretty much get everything you're going to get out of them. They make their money. Zeke Elliott made his money, disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
He's somehow hurt or he fumbles all the time. These guys make their money and they disappear.
honestly, I'm the only guy you didn't even pay is Dak Prescott, and that's probably the only person, from what I've seen last year who you guys could get value out of. That's the crazy part.
On the team.
What'd you say, Dan?
Even injured, he's the best player on the team.
Dak Prescott
exactly.
is trash, dude. Come on, he's so trash. I'm so tired of bullshit.
Yeah.
The guy is so trash. She's trash, bro. Dak is trash. Okay? Trisha is a better quarterback on the Cowboys than Dak. I'm done with it.
Bro.
Fuck out of here with this story. Next.
Right receiver.
Trisha folded her arms up.
Trisha
folded her arms up, and his camera froze a little bit.
Trisha's like, don't ever say that again. I'm a wide receiver. Thank you.
Yo, Rock, I gotta ask you something.
All right.
Rock.
Yeah.
Who do you think is gonna win a Super Bowl first? Cowboys or the Jets?
That's
It's
all
so
gonna
insulting.
It's honestly going to depend, because right now the Jets honestly are in a good place with all the draft picks they have. It's going to depend if they're going to decide to go forward with Darnold, or if they're going to go ahead and move him and draft a quarterback, or if they're going to go ahead and they'll have the ammo to trade for Deshaun Watson next year. But there's a lot of pieces quarterback wise that still waiting to see fall.
Yo, I gotta ask Dan something really quick. Do you think you guys should move Sam Darnold, or do you think you should give him another year with the good coach that doesn't come high into his press conferences?
Listen, I think that doesn't come high. Yo, that fucking press conference was bananas.
Oh my fucking Christ!
Those fucking eyes were. I've seen so many different fucking memes with him looking at shit all over the place. But I think they got to get rid of Sam. I think they got to move on.
You think so?
You're giving the guy too many chances. He's an awful quarterback. I like him. I think yeah, he might do well somewhere else. But you're gonna play future kid, but it ain't here.
You think they should get Zach Wilson?
I don't like any quarterback. I'll be honest with you in this draft.
Oh,
I mean,
fuck
from Trevor Lawrence. You know what I'm saying?
You know what you guys
honestly,
should do?
I just wanted to ask him about that, because I think Trevor Lawrence is an overrated quarterback, and he's going first. So imagine how the other quarterbacks are going to be. Justin Fields, his draft number, dropped after, the national championship game. Just fuck. He was the only quarterback I was a little high on.
I think Fields will do well on a team where they already got a lot more weapons. If you put the kid Zach Wilson in on the Jets, they pick him up, it's going to be a fucking freak show. He's going to get smacked around. The kid's like 190 pounds, 200 pounds, something like that. He's going to get smacked around. He's a little guy. Little and football never come together well. I mean, look at Donnie Mantel.
Yo, honestly, I feel like you pushed another one of John's buttons. I don't know what you've done more this show. Push John buttons, or I've touched my hair.
Because he just
no, you
have to
shitload of times. Now I'm counting.
It's so crazy, because the questions that you're asking are obviously, some of the topics we talk about on the show.
Yeah.
And Dan just talks so much cacas, bro. Like, it just oozes out of his mouth. Like, I don't even understand. It's amazing to me where you pull this shit out of. I love you. It's crazy.
Yo, Dan, I just got to tell you, for every time I've touched my hair, you fixed the hat on your head.
Facts.
Yeah, for every single time that's happened, you're just like checking to see, like, is it there yet? Is it growing yet? Like,
I don't think the Jets should draft a quarterback. I think that you guys should obviously do what you can to get Deshaun, but if you can't do it this year, you're definitely going to be able to do it next year. Just build the offense and defense. I think you need a good stopgap, and I actually like Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Oh, you want this magic back?
Dude,
as a backup.
He's a backup, but I mean, look how he outplayed Tua tremendously.
Yeah, basically.
I love you, buddy.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah. Ryan Fitzpatrick, spoken like a true Vikings fan. I like it, bud. Solid choice. Solid choice.
You know what? He would do good for like 3 games if something happened to Deshaun Watson. So he's a solid backup.
Fitzpatrick has 5 good games a year. That's what he's got him. He's got 5 good games.
That's a solid backup.
He's real.
Everybody knows that train, how that train ends up at the end of the season. By mid-season, it's a train wreck.
He's real Kirk Cousin-esque. You know what I mean?
You want to know something? Nick,
better than Magic.
Listen, Nick Foles won us a Super Bowl, and Nick Foles is good every 5 games. I will take somebody who's good for 5 games in a row than somebody that's good every 5 games.
First of all, Big Dick Nick brought you a Super Bowl. Relax, okay?
Yeah, you go get a statue of that motherfucker on your front doorstep.
Yeah, relax.
Holy
relax
shit!
With that. Big Dick Nick came in and said, "Listen, I got this. Don't worry about it, bro." In the Super Bowl, he ran up the score against the Patriots.
Oh, he did. He did.
Heroes and fictional characters.
Yo, and look, I will forever be appreciative over that. Like I said, I dropped to my knees and listen. I dropped to my listen to me. No, I dropped to my knees and cried that day and ate a cheesesteak in celebration. And I was drunk during the game. It was a fucking beautiful moment. And I'm just saying, Nick Foles is a journeyman quarterback who's good, once every 5 games. That's basically how his career has gone. That's just the truth. I will forever appreciate that man. Look,
this is your show. I know this is your show, John. That's
Philly
bullshit.
appreciates that man so much that Doug Peterson wrote a book, okay? Doug Peterson wrote a book because of this man. Look, he wrote a book about being fearless, and then in the last game of this season put Nate Sudfeld in because he thought he deserved some reps.
Bro, every single person in this room right now and in the world knows there is no scummier fan than a Philadelphia fan. That's number 1. Number 2.
Okay.
Number two. People from Philadelphia, the fans in Philadelphia, they don't care about shit. You could win 5 minutes after they won the Super Bowl. They were like, "Fuck you, Nick." They don't care about nothing. It doesn't matter. Trash city. The city of brotherly love is the most false name I've ever heard in my life. You throw batteries and baseballs at Santa Claus. I don't even want to hear it, dude. I don't want to hear it. You can't sell me it, John. Listen, bud. I'm sorry.
You know what?
You gotta call spade.
You know what? Hold on. The comedian side of me actually appreciates the batteries at Santa Claus. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not. Don't say the comedian side. It's the Philadelphia side. Don't say comedian. Don't blame the comedian. Am I being punked here right now, dude? You're a Philly fan. Who are you selling this shit to?
Yo, listen. Dak Prescott won you guys a playoff game. You guys haven't been used to that in the last 25 years. You're calling him trash.
Listen, you can spin this. However, whatever makes you sleep easy tonight, John, I'm all about it, dude. Avocado ice cream, Dak Prescott, whatever makes you sleep tonight good, I'm all about it. What you can spin is Philadelphia fans are scummy. Can someone jump in here, please, and agree with me? Dan, Ross, Trisha, somebody?
Some of them are.
999.
No,
look. I understand that you guys have a heated rivalry with the Eagles and the Cowboys, but I do have 2 words in response.
I want to hear
that
this.
would be Jalen Hurts.
I don't know what that even means. What does that mean?
No. He thought the Eagles sucked this year. Wait till next year.
They're bro. It's gonna be a shit show.
It's gonna be the same as it was. It's gonna be the same as it was.
It's gonna be the Miles Sanders show.
Put it this way. A buddy of mine has season tickets for the Eagles. Obviously, I'm a Cowboys fan. I went to the last regular season game a few years ago, and the Cowboys ended up winning the division. They were the number 1 seed, and I went to the game, and it was a bunch of Eagles fans. I show up now, mind you, when someone says the Cowboys suck, I'm like, yeah, I agree, right? Like, I'm not going to argue with you. Like, I agree with you wholeheartedly. So I'm not going to put a dumb argument up. And a guy walks by me. He's like, the Cowboys fucking suck. I'm like, you're 100% right. He goes to his car and he gets a machete. Okay? This is a true story. All right? Now, I agreed with him. Okay? I agreed. But he's from Philadelphia, so inherently he's a scum. Okay? So that's just in his bones. So it's like in his DNA.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I'm not from there, so I can't vouch for every Philly fan.
Let's just say Bill was not wrong.
Oh, you're fucked too. You're right there with us.
So this guy, dude, he walks back over to me and he's like, "You see this machete?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a big machete." He's like, "This got your fucking name written all over it, you dirty Cowboys fan." I was like, "Listen, man, you said the Cowboys suck. I agree with you. If you said anything worse, I would actually still agree with you. If you'd like me to say it first, I'll say it first. Whatever makes you happy." And he wasn't happy with the response. So at some point in time, I have to chalk it up.
Common sense would with the fucking Cowboys jersey on.
But common sense would say you have to chalk it up at a certain point to Philadelphia fans are just scum. That's what you have to chalk it up to. It was nothing I could say to agree with him. I wasn't arguing. I don't want to be hacked up by a machete. I mean, what like, bro? What the fuck?
Oh yeah,
you know?
no, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah,
especially because there's a lot. There's a lot of meat to carve up. That would feed a family for about 3 years.
There's not a lot of meat to carve up, so you're not getting very much out of me. So
yeah,
you
know what? That was absolutely an angry Philly fan. You know that
for no reason.
That isn't gonna
at himself. He was angry at himself.
Is there any other kind?
That guy would not have minded doing some serious time over a crime like that because it's not like he spends time with his kids anyways.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Philadelphia fan. #Philly fan.
Like this is the type of person that was tipping cars when they won the Super Bowl. A shitty person.
Yeah. By the way, the city won its first Super Bowl. I have an idea. Let's burn it down to the ground.
Yeah, they did. That was hysterical. My cousin was.
They do that when any of their teams win. Baseball, basketball.
Did you see the parade? They lubed up all the telephone poles in the parade so people couldn't climb them. The street poles and the telephone poles. They lubed up in Philadelphia the poles so people couldn't climb poles in Philadelphia on their victory parade. Like this is what we're doing.
This is actually true.
Yep.
I was gonna. There were more Philly fans on poles than strippers and clubs in all of Pennsylvania that night.
That's it, man.
Like that's an absolute fact. I know this because there's video proof of this. I can't even deny this.
In the defense of the strippers thing, there's a lot of burly bitches in Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania. So who wants
blue collar, baby, blue collar.
Listen,
you know, they got to work for that money.
You know, listen, they make up about 3 people. So if you add them together, then you might actually have an argument. But I didn't know we were adding them together.
No one wants to look at some coal mining shoulders.
Oh fuck no, that's absolutely true.
Those nice burly backs, you know, real muscular. I love that shit. I love that shit.
Those nice pearly shoulder blades.
Yeah,
stick out more than her tits do.
Wow, she looks great from behind. As she's bench pressing another guy in the front.
Yeah, buddy.
As she's bench pressing me in the front.
I didn't know the bodyguard and stripper were the same person.
So now that I'm not allowed to perform comedy in Philly, where else do we want to burn?
I mean, actually, wait, no, because that's in Minnesota. That's nowhere near you. There's a lot of places Rock is actually not allowed to do comedy in Virginia because his humor is so dark. This is in Virginia where he talks about farming accidents.
I mean, Rock, you're really down Schitt's Creek in 2021. You can't actually look at the color blue and call it the color blue without being called something else. So you're in trouble if your humor is that bad. You're done, bro. Good luck, dude.
Stop being a racist, John.
Sorry. It happened again. It happened again. I didn't catch myself being racist.
Listen, me, Trisha, and Rock all need to do a show in New York and just see what happens. See?
Never been kicked out. I've been told don't come back, but I've never been kicked out.
All right.
Definitely different things for sure.
Yeah. I mean the other one's just a little bit nicer.
Yeah. So I have a question now. You asked us about us, right? Now we're guests on your show, and the three of you, we talked about being comedians. So I'm guessing the three of you do comedy.
Yes.
Correct?
Oh, good guess.
Mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did each of you get into doing what you do?
All right, I'll go first since this is my show.
Wow,
I started it back in March. I just wanted to lead it off, but I started it back in March 2018. There was somebody I was friends with at the time that was, pushing me. You should do stand-up. You should do stand-up. You should do stand-up. And I had people mention it, at different times, but this person was just all the fucking time with it. And then I found out she actually used to write, and she wanted to write a book later on in life. So I was like, okay, if you pick up writing again, I'll give stand-up a try. Then the next day she showed me everything she wrote down that night, and I was like, fuck, now I really got to do this shit.
Yeah, she showed you somebody else's shit.
She probably did.
Fucking said, look,
and then,
gotta go do it.
And then just out of curiosity, when you stopped paying her to be your friend, did she give you the same advice?
Oh, no. Yeah, no.
Get on me, crew. Let's go. I'm sorry.
But,
I've been getting jabbed at all night, bro, with the Tom Brady shit. I was waiting for it. I was waiting.
I got to give it to you somewhere, man.
I know.
I mean, I honestly look back at that, and I'm like, holy shit. There was actually a reason, why she was in my life. Because, looking back at the friendship, I can't think of anything else.
That's awesome.
But I'm thankful for it for that reason, and getting into it is probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. And honestly, I developed the connections I did through Hamilton Radio because they had a lot more comedy shows back when I first started coming here. Buddha Radio, Animal House to a degree, Bonner and Brito, they were all comedy shows. So I was around them all the time, coming in 2 days a week during my last semester of college. I was in when all the comedy was there, and it just ended up working out that I got the connections I needed, and I haven't looked back. So
that's awesome.
Anybody else want to follow this up?
Well, I got into comedy because I fucking was too fat at the time to be a stripper. So, and I can't wear heels. Honestly, I got into comedy because I was like, you know what? Fuck it. You only live once, right? I got into my 40s. I was like, fuck it. My daughters, I was like watching my marriage sort of slowly fall apart around me. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this a shot. I was like, and you know what, God, if it's not meant to be in the cards for me, I'm not just going to, I'm going to fucking let it go. At least I tried. So my first night I did an open mic in Bridgeport at Stress Factory. And I was a lot heavier. I was like Brecco size. And, so I get on stage and I told them I had an issue with sensitivity to lights and stuff. Is there any way to dim it? They're like, no, you get what you get. I'm like, fuck this, suck my lady bone or whatever. So I get on stage and I'm not even kidding you. I couldn't see where the stage ended. And I nearly walked off the stage and almost basically gave this gorgeous guy in front of me a blowjob. His date would have just learned something, but it's fine. So I ended up using that to my advantage. And then when I was done, I didn't get to see who was in the audience, but I didn't realize how many people that were there. Like, so Jay from Jay and Silent Bob was there.
Oh shit!
Amazing.
I had no idea because I didn't recognize him, dude. He looked so strong. The fuck. Oh my.
Still is.
I pray for
Still
him.
is.
Yeah, but he's doing good. He's getting better. And there was a lot of other people that were like, dude, that was your first time ever doing stand up, and I was like, yeah, and they were like, you were fucking amazing. Like, you got whatever it's like, whatever it is, you have it. I'm like, herpes. They're like, no, whatever it is. So so I went and I did audition for Comedy Treehouse Productions, and that worked to my advantage. There were some big time comedians on that show. It was hosted by Colin Probst, and forgive me for saying his last name because I didn't know who the fuck he was. It was like, oh, he's on Saturday Night Live. I'm like, dude, if he's not like a Will Ferrell level, like Jim Brewer level, like I don't know. So in the midst of me doing the open mic at Bridgeport Rewinding, I did end up meeting Jim Brewer, who gave me some great advice, and I promised him I would love to do a show with him, and he promised me yes. Of course, he was hammered, but I got promised a lot of things when guys were hammered. Still waiting on that car, and and house, and we'll see what happens. But it's I just kind of got into it because I genuinely just love to make people laugh and question their sexuality and religion and spirituality, and parenting skills too. So whatever I can do to help people, I do. And so I did that show with Colin. I was the only female on that show. There were like 4 other female comics that were booked. Fucking none of them showed up. Like 2 of them canceled, and like the other 2 just no show. I was the only female. So, and it was a bringer show, so I had to bring 5 people. I brought 20. So I auditioned, and then they were like, dude, we're signing you, like right then and there. Like I was done. And Colin was like, when he handed me the mic to go on stage, he's like, good luck. I was like, whatever. All these other male comics were talking shit about number 7. Well, that was me. I was number 7. I was the 7th person on the roster. And I'm like a number person. And like, so I'm like, okay, 7, my birth month is 7 because I'm a Cancer, I'm a July, and a pain in the ass. And so I started doing all that shit. But honestly, I do it because I love to make people laugh. I don't care if I ever get paid to do it. I really don't give a flying fuck. I literally love to say what's on my mind. If I'm going through shit, I use it to my advantage. Like I'm currently going through a divorce, which will be hopefully officially over on a month, 30 days from today. Who's counting 30 days, 3 hours and 16 minutes, 37 seconds. But it's whatever. But I use a lot of everything that I'm going through in my life and with my comedy. And I think that's why a lot of people find me relatable. That, and I'm not bad looking. I have tattoos, and honestly, if I'm wearing a bra, I perk things up a lot. So, and when my face is done up, I'm damn near doable.
Fun fact: Trisha probably has the best tattoo story I've ever heard.
I have a lot of good tattoo stories, but I know the one you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, no, because that's my favorite one. Rock.
So you're gonna hear it, or
I'm not gonna say it.
Hold on.
I want to Rock.
If she wants to say it after this, she can. But I want Rock to tell you his story because I think he's told me, but I forgot it.
I like Rock.
I've always been a fan of stand up, watching on TV and stuff, and then going to comedy clubs and actually watching comics. I started coming up with some ideas and jokes, and running them by some of the comics I got to meet: Bert Kreischer, Ralphie May, Christopher Titus, Chris Porter, Jim Jeffries, and just kind of telling jokes at parties and noticing that there was a small crowds around because I was being an idiot and an asshole. So I decided I'd try comedy. My wife has a friend that owns a bar, so I got to perform in front of a crowd of about 75 people my first time. I did stand up, and I did 45 minutes.
I don't know how you did that your first time.
And I didn't say it was good, but I've been doing it for 4 years now, and fuck that, pay me. I'm fucking funny. Fuck that.
No, I'm with that 100%. It's just that I did 10 minutes my first time, so when I hear the fact that you did 45, it just makes me a little bit more sad.
Yeah. I have to say, I obviously I didn't know much about any other show on Hamilton Radio. Just being so focused on mine, just trying to grow it, as much as possible, obviously at the end of the day. And you reached out And just looking at some of your other shows, your viewerships are good, man. So kudos to you. It seems like the people you get on your show are really good. It's like it's tough to find guests who come on and you all find them interactive. And even if they deliver something good or bad, a reaction is good, regardless. You know what you don't want is some fucking deadbeat coming on there and being like, okay, well, you're just looking in the camera, and most of the time, none of us are that good looking enough to just fucking sit there and be stared at. So
definitely not.
So, and Daniel, you're definitely not. So,
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Mr. Potato Head over here.
And obviously Rock forgot his camera, so we know that whole ending. But
Rock's bald too, by the way.
Of course, but it's definitely kudos to you, man, and all the respect in the world for just reaching out to another show. And I mean, this is probably outside of your normal spectrum of what you guys to do, but even for us, I said it to you when you were kind of bouncing some ideas. I'm like, listen, man, we adapt pretty well. It doesn't have to be about sports. It could be about whatever the hell you guys want to talk about. We're just always into collabing with others and meeting with others. And truthfully, this life is about just networking. So the more people you know, the more relationships you build, the more people that have that you can have understand. You can relate to them on some sort of level, no matter what it is. If it's on the fact that you love to laugh, or talk about Tom Brady, or talk about whatever it is that it may be, you can just relate. You can just relate in some sort of way, man. So congrats on definitely having a great show for as long as you have. It's tough to keep that longevity for sure, man, to keep it fresh and active, man. So great job on that, brother.
No, honestly, thank you, man. I appreciate it. And trust me, you're not going unnoticed on Hamilton Radio if I reached out to you. Ruben can tell you that, himself. Ruben feels the need to brag about you guys. So I definitely appreciate you guys. I like you a lot more than Animal House. I'll tell you that.
I don't
fucking trash people.
I don't know who. I mean, I know we talk a lot of shit, but obviously, like this gives us another. This kind of gave us another avenue or reason to do it. Normally we kind of do it to each other, but here it's much more lax, which is awesome. We could just
do it to each other. All right, John.
What?
We don't do it to each other. Don't say that shit on the radio, bro.
Bro,
I'm sorry.
It's Mr. Potato Head. If you just yank it a little bit, you're not even gonna notice because of the shine on his head.
No, but you got during the show, parts fall off his fucking head and stuff like that. It's awkward. It's uncomfortable. He says things that don't make sense, and honestly, I'm not qualified to pick the pieces up. Half the time the pieces are falling off me also during tractor accidents. But we just try and put the pieces back together whenever we can. And honestly, it's been Hamilton Radio, Ruben and Gene and those guys, they're easy to talk to even when I'm probably not the easiest to work with. So I always appreciate them and everyone on the network. And listen, anytime that any of you want to come on to our show, we will be more than happy to not talk sports.
Fuck that, I'll talk sports.
I'll talk sports.
Whatever it is, there's times we go so far off the rails and our entire show becomes 90s movie quotes. And that's how we talk to each other. So we just, whatever it is, if it's my cousin Vinny, it doesn't matter. We just, we're just the two Utes on camera. That's all it is. So
what have you been doing for 2 years? Studying for the bar? That's a lot of studying. I gotta share something with you. There was a time when I was coming back on the train. It was me, my girlfriend, and her friend. We were coming back from New York. I just did a show, and we started quoting Spaceballs to each other. This one guy joined in on the train, and then we got like people across the cart, quoting it to each other. and then there was people in the cart below us that we heard quoting Spaceballs after that.
Amazing.
It was one of the most insane things I've ever seen. And then after that, they started quoting Monty Python the rest of the way.
Nah, that's it. That's it.
Bro, it was fucking phenomenal. I don't even know Monty Python quotes like that. I could go Spaceballs all day because I'm already surrounded by assholes. Okay.
Monty Python is classic, but it goes to show you, deep down inside, no matter what it is, you know, entertainment, movies, comedy, music, it finds a way to bring people together. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Yo, I know
Trish
what
is
Rock
doing some sort of sign language. I don't know what that means. Are you trying to wish death on me? What are you doing right now?
Yes.
You trying to cast a spell on him?
No, my battery's actually gonna die. I'm pulling a Greco actually. My battery.
Women,
That'd be the one on my
women
vibrator.
normally don't say for 100, Alex.
See, I didn't know if she was trying to go. It's like this or what the hell was going on.
Yeah, I didn't know.
She must be talking to John.
Man, not with the big knot. Not with the big knot on the back of your head. You put a slit in that, it'll look like a straight up penis. Oh fuck, yo! You want to know what Rock is probably thinking right now? Rock is probably thinking, I know exactly what joke that Cowboys fan loves from Spaceballs. And it's obviously the joke. It's obviously the joke where the black guy is holding the pick comb.
We ain't found shit.
They're combing the area. Have you guys found anything? Nothing yet, sir. The pick comb. Have you found anything? We ain't found shit.
That's a classic one. Classic.
Honestly, though, you know, I know Ruben does want to get the fuck out of here, so I do want to say thank you guys for coming on. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you, Trisha and Rock, for guest hosting. And before I end the show and Trisha's battery dies, I just want to say, may the Schwartz be with you.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. Anyways, this has been the Roundtable here on HamiltonRadio.net, channel HR2. I'm your guest host, John Greco. My Sports Radio, John Entle and Dan Mercado. Trisha Finley, Rock Allen. We'll be back same time, same channel next week, everybody. Deuces. Peace. And her battery died. Oh, no, it didn't.
Everybody riot, organized chaos, nobody quiet. We gon' try a seance. Communication and communion with the world's greatest icon. Station as a human, yet he's listening to my song. Hype join. This that no nigga with the bass and the bang. Make it do, yo. Hit you with the 5 elements like 5 elephants. Let them know I'm relevant. I'm heaven.